I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was an issue that would clear a lot of things up, but I'm a little bit more confused now than I was before. Maybe because I keep bringing in the main DC Green Lantern lore into this, and this is nothing like it. Support the comic industry by visiting LCS. My name is Doran. This is SCN Comics. We continue our coverage of Absolute Green Lantern with number 6. Our story starts off with a big old black something. Planet, moon, big old asteroid, something. Actually, I don't think it's an asteroid because it's perfectly round. So we'll just go with your planet or moon, satellite. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it says, how far out is the world that's coming? And we cut to an agent Chase being called into the office. She could be an FBI agent, a CIA agent, a DEA agent, an IRS agent. She's one of those alphabet clicks. So as she gets up, she says the exact same phrase that was on the first page. How far out is the world that's coming? And then she just starts to walk into whatever office she needs to walk into. The guy in there calls her Cam, which that's my son's name. And he goes, I appreciate you making time to come see me, especially with your workload. And she goes, what workload? So as he sits down, she pulls out a package of cigarettes. And she's like, you pulled me off of California, you pulled me off of Nevada, so that just leaves me with Oregon. And I can have that cleared up by Tuesday at the latest. Hell, I could probably have it cleared up by Monday's lunch. So what are we talking about here? As she's about to light up, and the dude's like, you can absolutely not smoke in here. She looks at him, and she lights up anyway. So she wants to get put on the Evergreen case, and the dude, who's wiping smoke out of his face, is like, you know why I can't put you on the Evergreen case. Like, you're too close to it. And she's like, that's bull. Actually, she goes, my ass. My entire ass. So he says again, I can't put you on the Evergreen case. Besides, you're on leave anyway. And then she goes, did Hector Hammond buy you a beach house for that or what? So she's leaving out. She got all her files with her, and she's like, administrative leave, huh? My entire ass. And on the next page, we have Quard, Rao, Sir, and Rao. I think I pronounced it right. I don't know. This is weird. Anyway, somebody saying, don't panic, don't be afraid. This comes from Oa. I'm going to translate it. Try to understand. So then we see the person talking is John Stewart, and we'll go ahead and call him a gold lantern or yellow lantern. We'll call Hal a black lantern. We'll call Guy Gardner a red lantern. I don't think it's Rage. We'll call Joe green. Again, what they are in the main DC universe is not necessarily what they are here. Now, it might turn out to be that way, but so far, doesn't seem that way. Because Hal's pissed that he has the black hand. Even though he's possessed by the black hand, he has awareness enough to know that he doesn't want it, which is kind of weird. You got a guy who is red, who hasn't opened his eyes once, does not sound like himself. So John is trying to explain the job of Abensor and why he did what he did, but he doesn't have clear understanding either. And it seems like, I'm just guessing, but it seems like his goal light is like the highest you can go. So Hal, again, seems pissed off that he got what he got. All I'm thinking to myself, you killed Avensor, so yeah, you deserve what you got. And then Guy is kind of berating Joe, talking about she's controlling the light before she has clear understanding what the light is and how to control it. So then he breaks down pretty much the reason why Avensor came here is so that he can pass on the light to deserving individuals so that they can protect his world from what's coming, which are the Blackstars, which I thought that's what Hal Jordan is now. So if he's a Blackstar, then like, why are they being so nice to him? And why aren't they do something about him? Like, I am so confused. Anyway, the Blackstar planet is what is headed to Earth. So then Joe goes, you know what? I control this power now. And if Ivansaur was controlling it before, and you shot Ivansaur and all his black stuff started coming out of him, that means I should be able to control his black stuff. So she's like, how? Give me your hand. So once she grabs his hand, she goes, there you are, Black Hand. Let go of my friend. So all this black stuff starts flying off of Hal, and she goes, okay, now let's get the hell out of here. So then we cut to Hector Hammond, who's just worried about if they're collecting data, and the assistant's like, we're collecting data. You don't know what the hell it is, but we're collecting it. All of a sudden, the ship goes from radiating green, it spews out this red stuff, and then it starts leaking out all this black stuff. And then it just starts pouring out of it, like shoot out of it, and it's raining down on everybody. So then they're like, all right, we need to get everybody out of here. And Hector Hammond's like, nope, we're staying right here and we're going to keep collecting that data. So then out of nowhere, Jo goes flying out the ship and she's carrying Hal Jordan with her, who seems to be unconscious. So then Hector goes running to the dude that got the walkie-talkie, and he's like, hey, all my jets up there, follow her. And they're like, we can't, because she was moving too fast. And then one of the pilots like, sir, I have a family, because, you know, Hector don't play that. Hector don't like to lose. So then one of the pilots is like, it seems like she's headed to Coast City. So then the Green Lantern ship, all of a sudden, just disappears. So the Hector's like, all right, let me think. Shut up. Let me think. And the main thing that he doesn't want to do is deal with Raish. Like, he doesn't want those problems. Like, he stresses how he doesn't want those problems. So that out of nowhere, he goes, sweetheart, don't I have a meeting in Washington with Victoria Kale? And she goes, yeah, you do, sir. So he goes, perfect. Drop her an email and let her know that Hector Hammond cleaned up the Green Lantern situation and that she's welcome. So then we cut to the moon, where we see the Green Lantern ship has now appeared, and we see John Stewart that's outside of it, and he's waiting for the Blackstar planet to appear. So then we cut to a dude who's driving a car really fast and has a mask on. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated. I looked it up. This is Simon Bass, and he is Cameron Chase's partner. So they're discussing possible landing spots where she can go, and she's like, no, I don't feel like going to the East Coast. For one, I don't feel like dealing with him. I think she's talking about Batman. And then for two, the West Coast has always been my home, so I want to stay around here. And then we find out that she is the ex-wife of Joe Mullein. And then there's a knock on the door. She goes to answer it as she's already cussing out Joe. And who comes to the door? Joe. Of course you knew that was going to be Joe. So Joe's like, I know you hate me, but we need to talk. As she's holding up Hal.